the twin paradox. Greetings, cosmic travelers, and welcome. Today, we embark on a journey to the very edge of reality itself. We're going to unravel one of the most beautiful, baffling, and profound mysteries of the universe, a thought experiment that feels less like physics and more like an ancient myth written in the language of stars. This is the story of the twin paradox. Imagine, for a moment, two siblings born of the same star stuff, sharing their first breath, their first steps, their entire lives in perfect sync. They are identical in every way. Let's call them Alex and Kai. Now imagine a gift and a curse, a starship, not the clunky, roaring rockets of our near past, but a silent, sleek vessel that can dance with light itself. Alex, the adventurer, feels the pull of the cosmic deep. A mission is proposed, a voyage to a star system 10 light-years away and back. At a significant fraction of light speed, the journey will take, from Earth's perspective, just over 20 years. Kai, the grounded one, will remain. They will tend to the home world, watch the skies, and wait. The day of departure arrives, a final, heartfelt embrace. "I will see you soon," Alex says. The ship ignites, not with fire, but with a shimmering distortion of space, and vanishes into the blue shift of the heavens. And so, Kai waits. Life on Earth continues. Seasons turn, years pass. Kai grows older, feels the gentle, inexorable march of time. Wrinkles gently map experiences onto a face, hair perhaps silvering at the temples. 20 years is a long time. It's a substantial chunk of a human life. Finally, after 22 years, a signal pierces the quiet of mission control. Entering the solar system, coming home. The world holds its breath. The shimmering vessel glides into orbit, lands with a whisper. The hatch opens, and out steps Alex. But this is not the Alex who left. This is the Alex who departed. The same youthful face, the same vibrant eyes, the same jet black hair. Alex has aged, perhaps, only 2 or 3 years. The sibling who journeyed across 20 light-years of interstellar space is now undeniably decades younger than the sibling who stayed safely at home. Kai looks into the face of a memory, a living ghost of a past self. This is the paradox, not a logical error, but a rupture in our most fundamental experience of the world. The idea that time is a river that flows at the same rate for everyone, everywhere. The twin paradox shatters that illusion completely. It reveals that time is not absolute. It is personal. It is malleable. It is, for lack of a better word, magical. So, how? How can this be? To understand, we must first unlearn everything we think we know about time. We are taught that the universe has 3 dimensions: length, width, height. We can move forward and back, left and right, up and down. Freedom. But time? Time is the dictator. It pushes us in one direction, at one speed, and we are powerless to resist. We are prisoners on a conveyor belt from the past to the future. But the great seer of the cosmos, Albert Einstein, saw a different truth. He realized that time is not the stage manager of the universe. It is a performer on the stage. He wove time and space together into a single, shimmering fabric, spacetime. Think of spacetime as a vast cosmic trampoline, a silent 4-dimensional canvas. Now place a heavy object on it, a star, a planet. What happens? The fabric bends, it warps. This is gravity. But it's not just space that warps. It's time itself that bends and stretches in its presence. Now imagine your life is not a point moving through time, but a long, long thread, a world line stretching from your birth to your final moment. This thread weaves its way through the 4-dimensional tapestry of the universe. And the path you take through this tapestry determines how much of that thread is used up as time for you. This is the secret. Time is not a universal ticking clock. It is a personal odometer. It is the length of your own world line through space-time. Let's go back to our twins. Kai, on Earth, is tracing a very specific path through the cosmos. They are on a planet orbiting a star, which is orbiting a galaxy, all moving in a complex but relatively steady dance through space-time. Kai's world line is a long, relatively straight thread through the universe. But Alex? Alex is the weaver of a different pattern. To leave Earth, Alex's starship must fire its engines. To travel to the distant star, it must accelerate. To turn around, it must decelerate and then accelerate again in the opposite direction. And to return to Earth, it must decelerate once more. Acceleration. That is the magic word, the key that unlocks the paradox. Acceleration is not just a change in speed, it is a change in your very state of motion through space-time. When you accelerate, you are violently changing your path through the cosmic tapestry. You are twisting your world line. Think of it like this. You and I are both ants on a giant, stretched out sheet of rubber. If I stay still, my path is simple. But if I start running in wild loops, twisting and turning, the distance I have to travel to get from one side of the sheet to the other is much, much longer than your straight path. Even if we start and end at the same 2 points. In space-time, the distance along your world line is the time you experience, the proper time, the straightest, most effortless path through space-time, the path of an object in free fall, like the Earth around the Sun, always yields the longest possible time between two events. Any deviation from that path, any acceleration, any twisting and turning shortens your world line. It uses up less of your personal time odometer. Alex, in the starship, is the ant running the wild, twisted path. The violent acceleration at the start, the wrenching turn at the distant star, the deceleration at the end. These are not just maneuvers. They are profound, physical events that carve a fundamentally different kind of timeline into the universe. Alex's world line, from the moment of departure to the moment of return, is a shorter path through the four-dimensional continuum than Kai's. Therefore, less time passes for Alex. It's not that Alex's clocks were slow, in a simple sense. From Kai's perspective, watching through a powerful telescope, yes, everything on Alex's ship would appear to move in slow motion. The ticking of clocks, the blinking of lights, the very biological processes of life, all would be stretched out, dilated, as if viewed through a temporal lens. But here's the mystical part. From Alex's perspective, it is the entire universe outside that is rushing, aging, and evolving at a breathtaking speed. During the journey for Alex, the trip might feel like a few years, but when they look back at Earth, they would see Kai's life flickering by like a time-lapse film. Seasons blurring, cities growing, a life unfolding in fast forward. This is the true, mind-bending nature of relativity. There is no privileged frame of reference. Both perspectives are equally valid from their own point of view. The universe has no single master clock. It has billions, trillions of individual clocks, each ticking to the rhythm of its own journey through the cosmos. The resolution of the paradox lies in the fact that the two histories are not symmetrical. Kai never feels a violent acceleration. Kai is, for all intents and purposes, in an inertial frame, a state of smooth, unaccelerated motion. Alex is not. Alex feels the G-forces of launch. Alex is pressed into the seat during the turn. Alex experiences the physical, undeniable reality of changing their state of motion. This breaks the symmetry. It tells the universe, unequivocally, that Alex is the one who has gone on the grand journey and returned. So, when they reunite, their world lines, which split apart 22 years ago, finally converge again at the same point in space-time. And when they compare odometers, they find that Kai's has ticked off far, far more time than Alex's. This is not science fiction. This is our universe. We prove it every single day. The GPS satellites orbiting our planet, the ones that guide your car and your phone, are moving at high speeds relative to us on the surface. They are also in a weaker part of Earth's gravitational field. Because of these two effects, velocity time dilation and gravitational time dilation, their onboard atomic clocks tick ever so slightly faster than clocks on the ground. If the engineers didn't constantly correct for this, your GPS would be wrong by several miles within a day. The twin paradox is not a paradox. It is a daily, practical reality. But let's push beyond the mechanics. Let's dive into the mystical implications, because that is where the true magic lies. The twin paradox tells us that time is not what we think it is. It is not a river. It is more like a vast, frozen landscape, a four-dimensional sculpture. We call this the block universe theory. In this view, the past, the present, and the future all exist, eternally and simultaneously. Your birth, your life, your death, they are all out there, fixed points in the sculpture. Our consciousness, our perception, is like a tiny flashlight beam moving along this frozen timeline. We illuminate one moment at a time, and we call that the present. We experience this as the flow of time, but in reality, the entire sculpture is just there. Alex and Kai's world lines are both eternally woven into this block. From a God's eye view, the entire journey, the departure, the 20-year wait on Earth, the return of the youthful traveler, is a single, static, and complete shape. Our illusion of a flowing now is just that, a beautiful, necessary illusion for conscious beings like us. This means that the future is not unwritten. It is not a blank page. It is a page that has already been written, but which we have not yet read. Your destiny is not a potentiality. It is a coordinate in the geometry of reality. This can feel frightening. It can feel deterministic. But I choose to see it as profoundly beautiful and comforting. It means that every moment of your life, every joy, every sorrow, every triumph, every failure, is a permanent, indelible part of the cosmos. It is etched into the fabric of space-time forever. You are a story that the universe is telling to itself, and the story is complete and eternal. The twin paradox is a gateway to this understanding. It is a tangible, human-scale demonstration that the universe is infinitely stranger and more wonderful than our cave-bound senses can perceive. So, what does this mean for us? For our future, imagine a civilization that has truly mastered this, not just for clocks on satellites, but for human journeys. The galaxy is 100,000 light-years across. At sublight speeds, it's an impossible expanse, but with time dilation, it becomes a playground for the brave. A crew could set out for the center of the galaxy. They would accelerate to 99.999% the speed of light. For them, the journey might take only a few decades. They would witness the glorious heart of the Milky Way, dance among the ancient stars, and begin the journey home. But when they return, tens of thousands of years would have passed on Earth. They would be true time travelers, arriving in a future so distant, their own civilization would be dust and myth. They would be archaeologists of their own species' future. They would be like Alex, returning to a Kai they no longer recognize. They would carry the memories of an Earth that no longer exists. living ghosts from a forgotten age. This is the ultimate promise and the ultimate melancholy of interstellar travel. You don't just travel through space, you travel through time. You say goodbye to everyone and everything you ever knew. The twin paradox is more than a puzzle of physics. It is a meditation on life, on change, on memory, and on the nature of existence itself. It asks the deepest questions. What is time? What is the self, if our very experience of duration is relative? Are we the static threads in the tapestry, or are we the fleeting consciousness that illuminates them? The answer, like all great truths, is hidden in plain sight, written in the silent, patient geometry of the cosmos. We are both. We are the tapestry, and we are the light. We are the universe, experiencing itself, one moment at a time. If this journey through the twisting corridors of space-time resonated with you, if it sparked a sense of wonder about the hidden architecture of our reality, then I have a few small requests. First, if you haven't already, please like this video. It tells the YouTube algorithms that this is the kind of deep, thoughtful content we crave more of. Second, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We are just getting started. We have so many more mysteries to explore together. Wormholes, quantum entanglement, the holographic principle, a universe of wonders awaits. And third, I would love to hear from you in the comments. What did this thought experiment make you feel? Does the idea of a block universe comfort you or fill you with a sense of cosmic awe? Your perspective is a unique thread in this grand tapestry. Finally, if your curiosity has been truly ignited and you wish to dive even deeper to explore how realities might be layered upon realities, I invite you to check out my book, Holographic Multiverse. In it, we take these ideas even further, exploring the possibility that our entire cosmos, with its 4 dimensions of spacetime, might be a projection from a simpler, 2-dimensional surface at its edge, that we are, in a very real sense, living in a cosmic hologram. It's a wild, mind-expanding ride. The link to purchase the book is in the description below. Thank you for traveling with me today. Remember, the universe is not only stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine. Until next time, keep looking up and keep questioning.